Right. Jamie's back. You've had a bit of a look through the papers this morning. What's caught your eye?
Well, we're already into transfer speculation for next season before this season.
I'm in the colour for it, see, already.
Yeah, exactly.
Ta-da.
You're in your black and yellow. This is a story in the Daily Mirror from Jeremy Cross, an exclusive that Manchester United are weighing up a shock move for Federico Valverde from Real Madrid, who obviously made headlines recently for this training ground bust-up with Aurelien Tchouameni. That left him needing treatment for concussion. Understood that bosses at Madrid are furious with Valverde, that senior figures in the dressing room have sided with Tchouameni over all this. Okay. They want Tchouameni to stay. They want Valverde out. I mean, he's under contract till 2029. He would command a huge transfer fee, but United have made it clear they want to sign two top-class midfielders this summer. Obviously,
the possibility of Manchester United exploring a sensational swap deal involving Casemiro and Federico Valverde has quickly become one of the most discussed stories in European football circles. Reports linking the Brazilian midfielder with an exit from Old Trafford have intensified speculation that the club could pursue a dramatic midfield rebuild this summer. Inside Old Trafford, there is growing awareness that the current squad still lacks the balance and energy needed to consistently challenge for the biggest trophies. While Casemiro brought leadership, experience, and winning mentality to the dressing room, questions have emerged about whether Manchester United need a younger and more dynamic midfield profile moving forward. Federico Valverde has long been admired by Manchester United scouts because of his versatility, relentless work rate, and tactical intelligence. The Uruguayan international is viewed by many as one of the most complete midfielders in modern football due to his ability to defend aggressively while also contributing in attack. Club executives reportedly believe Valverde's intensity would perfectly suit the demands of the Premier League. His style combines stamina, aggression, technical quality, and direct running power, qualities that Manchester United have lacked consistently in recent seasons. Casemiro's future has become increasingly uncertain after a difficult campaign that exposed some physical limitations against younger and quicker opponents. Although his quality on the ball and defensive reading remain elite, the pace of English football has often made his role more challenging. The Brazilian midfielder still commands huge respect within the squad. Younger players frequently look to him for guidance, and his professionalism at Carrington has been praised repeatedly by coaching staff throughout the season. Despite that respect, Manchester United are understood to be open to major changes if the right opportunity emerges. Financial pressures surrounding profit and sustainability rules could encourage the club to consider creative transfer solutions, including swap agreements. A potential move involving Real Madrid would undoubtedly attract global attention. The Spanish giants value Valverde enormously and see him as one of the future leaders of their midfield for the next decade. However, Real Madrid also remain appreciative of Casemiro's incredible legacy at the Bernabeu. The Brazilian was a central figure during one of the most dominant eras in the club's history, winning multiple Champions League titles alongside Luka Modric and Toni Kroos. Some figures inside Madrid reportedly believe Casemiro could still offer short-term experience and leadership depth if the squad undergoes another transition period. His understanding of the club culture remains unmatched. Manchester United's recruitment team have increasingly focused on signing players entering or approaching their peak years. Valverde fits that profile perfectly because he combines elite-level experience with years of top football still ahead of him. The Uruguayan's ability to operate in several positions is another major attraction. He can play as a defensive midfielder, central midfielder, box-to-box runner, attacking midfielder, or even on the right flank when required. Such tactical flexibility would give Manchester United significantly more options during matches. Managers at Old Trafford have often struggled with midfield imbalance, particularly against high-intensity opponents. Valverde's athleticism is considered one of his strongest attributes. He covers enormous distances every match and rarely slows down regardless of the intensity or pressure of the occasion. At Manchester United, supporters have repeatedly demanded more energy and aggression in midfield battles. Valverde is viewed as a player capable of transforming the overall pace and competitiveness of the team. Casemiro arrived at Old Trafford with immense expectations after leaving Real Madrid. His first season in England was impressive, as he immediately added composure, structure, and experience to the midfield. Many fans still remember his dominant displays against major Premier League sides during the campaign. His influence helped stabilize a squad that had previously lacked defensive discipline in midfield. But football evolves quickly, and Manchester United's long-term planning appears to be shifting toward younger profiles capable of sustaining high-intensity pressing for 90 minutes every week. The club's hierarchy reportedly believes modern football increasingly demands midfielders who can contribute in every phase of play without losing physical sharpness. Valverde embodies that modern style perfectly. Inside the dressing room, opinions are believed to be divided regarding Casemiro's future. Some players value his leadership immensely, while others recognize the need for faster and more mobile transitions in midfield. Valverde's mentality is another aspect that has impressed Manchester United decision-makers. Coaches who have worked with him consistently praise his discipline, humility, and determination. Even at Real Madrid, where competition for places is relentless, Valverde has managed to maintain a vital role because of his consistency and willingness to sacrifice for the team. Manchester United supporters have become increasingly frustrated with inconsistent performances over recent seasons. The idea of bringing in a midfielder with Valverde's intensity has naturally generated excitement among fans online. Social media discussions surrounding the possible swap have exploded, with many supporters debating whether Casemiro's experience should still be retained despite the temptation of signing Valverde. Financially, such a move would be complicated. Real Madrid would likely demand additional payment alongside Casemiro because Valverde is significantly younger and considered one of the world's elite midfielders. Manchester United would therefore need to carefully assess whether such a deal aligns with their wider rebuilding strategy. Large investments elsewhere in the squad are also expected this summer. The club is believed to be targeting reinforcements in defense, midfield, and attack. Any blockbuster transfer would need to fit within broader financial planning. Valverde's arrival could potentially transform the way Manchester United approach matches against elite opposition. His ability to carry the ball forward under pressure would immediately improve transitions from defense to attack. One major issue for United this season has been losing midfield battles against physically dominant teams. Valverde's presence could help solve that recurring weakness. His pressing intensity would also suit a more aggressive tactical system. Coaches want players capable of maintaining energy levels throughout the entire match without losing concentration. Casemiro's future may ultimately depend on the level of interest from clubs outside Europe as well. Teams in Saudi Arabia have reportedly monitored his situation closely in recent months. If Manchester United receive a significant offer for the Brazilian midfielder, the club may accelerate plans to pursue younger replacements during the transfer window. Valverde, meanwhile, remains under contract at Real Madrid and is not actively pushing for an exit. That reality makes any negotiation extremely difficult for Manchester United. Real Madrid's management still sees him as a central figure in their long-term project alongside younger stars like Jude Bellingham, Eduardo Camavinga, and Aurelien Tchouameni. Even so, transfer markets often produce unexpected developments when financial considerations and squad planning align. Manchester United are aware that opportunities can emerge suddenly. The Premier League's physical nature could suit Valverde exceptionally well. Many analysts believe his relentless style would make him one of the league's most dominant midfielders almost immediately. Old Trafford supporters traditionally admire hard-working players who combine technical quality with passion and determination. Valverde's personality appears tailor-made for that environment. Casemiro's departure, however, would not be emotionally easy for many fans. His winning mentality and professionalism helped raise standards inside the club after difficult years. There is also concern that removing experienced leaders too quickly could negatively affect the dressing room. Younger squads sometimes struggle without veteran guidance during difficult periods. Manchester United must therefore balance long-term ambition with short-term stability. Replacing an experienced serial winner is never a simple process. Valverde's tactical intelligence would allow the manager to experiment with different formations. He could comfortably operate in double pivots, three-man midfields, or advanced pressing systems. That adaptability is increasingly important in elite football where tactical flexibility often determines success in major matches and competitions. Casemiro still possesses qualities that many teams would value highly. His defensive positioning, aerial strength, and composure under pressure remain elite despite criticism surrounding his recent form. Some insiders believe the Brazilian could rediscover his best level if surrounded by a more balanced and energetic midfield structure next season. Others argue that Manchester United cannot afford to delay the rebuilding process any longer. The club has spent years trying to catch up with Europe's elite. Valverde represents the type of signing capable of accelerating that process dramatically. His age profile and experience at the highest level make him an extremely attractive target. Negotiations between two global clubs like Manchester United and Real Madrid would inevitably be complex and lengthy. Both sides would carefully protect their own sporting interests. Supporters across Europe are already fascinated by the possibility because swap deals involving elite midfielders rarely happen at this level of football. For Manchester United, the story reflects a wider ambition to rebuild the squad with players capable of competing for titles consistently again. Whether the deal eventually materializes or not, the links with Federico Valverde clearly demonstrate that Manchester United are searching for midfielders with elite athleticism, tactical intelligence, and world-class mentality. As the summer transfer window approaches, speculation surrounding Casemiro and Valverde is only expected to intensify. Fans will now wait anxiously to see whether one of football's biggest transfer stories becomes a reality.